So today we're going to take a look at Corvil's ability to monitor your data center. We have here an example of a typical infrastructure in your data center, the load balancer, and trying to understand where the response time is coming from in regards to outside the load balancer, inside the load balancer. We're really trying to make sure that that load balancer, which is so important to my application, isn't causing additional delays for my user experience. So what we have here on the left-hand side is looking at the response time from the clients outside of the load balancer connecting back into the data center. On the right-hand side, I have the servers actually responding outside to my clients from the data center. So this is that traditional sort of inside and outside view. I can take a look at it and see things like what's the maximum response time I'm seeing, what is the mean, what is the min. I can begin to get that. Down here on the left-hand side, I have a view of looking at my round trip time. So I can actually see those response times from the perspective of the clients. As an analyst, I can begin to sort of say, hey, I see this pattern here that's happening right now. Is this pattern happening over several hours, several days? I can do a quick comparison, for example, of what's happening in the last 24 hours. And I can begin to put those things side by side. So let's go ahead and compare the last 24 hours to the previous day, and we can get sort of an understanding of exactly what's happening. Well, this particular problem, this pattern is something that I want to troubleshoot, has been happening over quite some time. So this is definitely something I may need to go back in time to be able to troubleshoot. But let's drill down even further in here and sort of ask the question of, well, what really is happening here with this? What types of transactions and things are we seeing? Is there additional pieces that we can begin to troubleshoot? One of the things that I want to see here is whether or not we get any type of TCP zero window events occurring both from the server side or from the client side. So this is a type of issue where one of the parties in the connection sort of says, hey, don't send me any more data. I'm oversubscribed. I can't receive any more of that data. Clearly, we can see the pattern here, both on the outside of the load balancer and the inside of the load balancer, exactly the same. So what's happening here is that the TCP zero window events that are occurring are actually being sent directly through the load balancer. The load balancer is just passing that information on. We're not adding additional overhead at this particular point in this particular stage. So let's drill down in and see if we can see exactly what is actually causing this degradation. We're going to go ahead and drill down into this application and sort of see what really is happening. So I have up at the top sort of an inbound and outbound bandwidth kind of usage, but that really isn't what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for here is this. Here is the actual post message. So here is the actual transaction that those users are sending to the load balancer and to my application today. So clearly you can see that with Corvil installed, we can get a very good understanding of our load balancer and exactly what's happening inbound and outbound of that load balancer. We can see exactly what is doing the degradation. Is it the clients basically sending zero window events? Is it the server sending zero window events? And then also drill down into the individual transactions. So I have full context of exactly what the users are doing at that particular point in time.